should cover this, I guess, because that's almost like branding or like product placement. So I'm not sponsored by this brand, so I'll have to wait a minute. I'll put it a little bit like this so you can't see. I'm definitely not sponsored with that brand, but hey, everybody, welcome to another live stream here. While it's getting a little bit darker here in where I'm at, I'm in Belgium. And today we are going to go deep into, well, good question. What are we going to do today? We are going to go live into Dynamics 365. We're going to look at sales automation. We're going to look at marketing automation and everything that is connected to it. So if you're interested in one of these kind of topics, stick around. We will be covering a lot of this. Hey, Julian, welcome to the stream here on TikTok. Welcome everybody on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on all the other platforms that we are streaming right now. We are going to talk about sales and marketing automation, sales automation, marketing automation, using Microsoft 365, using Dynamics 365, using Copilot, using anything that we can to make sure that we have business processes that work very, very smoothly. That is the whole point of doing this. And I'm going to take you on a journey here so you can also uncover or discover a little bit what I'm doing within my business. So what we do within my business, my new business, which is Titanify, we streamline, we automate business processes so that businesses can be more productive, can be a little bit more efficient, because a lot of businesses are not as efficient as possible, and that's where we want to help with. So we are going to do that. So if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to ask them in the chat while I'm checking here if I can pop out this stuff. And I can do like this because you don't need to see me. Wait. There we go. That is me. Perfect. And then we have the chat here. So I can see the chat on all the platforms. And I'm just wondering if because I'm using Restream, if anybody knows how we can actually do this. Yeah, it should be like this. Okay. I'm going to pause this one. So I have the two chats on both sides. So if you have anything that you want to talk about with me during this live stream, feel free to do so. I'm here to answer all your questions about sales automation, marketing automation, customer journey optimization. This is all what we do. This is what we do within our business. And yeah, I want to show you stuff what I'm doing. I'm going to set up a lot of automations. I'm going to go through all of the tools that we're using. This is what we do every single week. Every single week we do a live here on all the platforms just to take you on a ride, on a journey, so you can also implement some of these things that we are doing for other customers. And who knows, maybe it will benefit you in your business. It will benefit you while you are updating, optimizing, streamlining your business processes. And as I said today, it's called a day in the life of. And in many cases, when we're talking to customers, potential customers, there's always specific scenarios that we can tackle. And most of the time, they are the same scenarios. And most of the time, we take a look at a day in the life of a CEO, a day in the life of a project manager, a day in the life of a BDR, business development rep, or an SDR, sales development rep, however you want to call it. But a day in the life of is very interesting. And if you look at also the scenarios, for instance, that Microsoft is producing is basically the same. They're also using this, right? So that's what we are going to use as well, because why would we do something different? Why? If you're looking at the big boys, Microsoft, and they are doing these kind of scenarios, it makes sense to do the same. So let's get into it. And I'm going to share my screen. Anybody that is watching on TikTok, say hi in the chat. Anybody that is watching from all the other platforms, also say hi in the chat. I can see both, which is cool. So don't hesitate feel free to come up with questions about business process automation. And let's get into it. So I'm gonna do this. Here we go. There we go. I'm not, wait. Where am I? I need this one, this one, this one. I'm still not sure where I should place myself. I actually need to figure out on OBS how I can move around, and I guess I need a green screen so you don't need to see my background necessarily. Can I? Wait. So we have video capture. If I enlarge that. Okay, I need to figure that out later. Bueno. So this is what we use. This is Miro. This is our board view that we use to streamline, model our processes like this, right? That's what we do here in Miro. And like I said, it's also about the customer journey. I talked about this last time as well, where we're looking at streamlining the customer journey and making sure that every business that wants to have a more optimized customer journey, meaning if they do lead generation, how to automate that in a more efficient way, that they can do that using tools like what we are showing here. And I guess I'm still showing my brands, and I don't want to do that. I should change t-shirts next time, because the product placement, I don't like that, because we are not sponsored. And if people want to sponsor this, for sure you can reach out to me and I will wear a t-shirt of your brand, but right now I don't want to share this brand. Hey Erwin, welcome. Hey Emerald, hey Rita, people that are joining left and right on TikTok, welcome. Stick around. If you have any questions about sales automation, about marketing automation, feel free to stick around. So I was talking about how Microsoft uses scenarios to show businesses what is possible with their products. So if I go, for instance, to Copilot, I think it's Copilot Readiness, Copilot, God, I can't write anymore. Copilot Onboarding, I always forget what it is. Onboarding portal, I think. I'm not sure. Let's see. Copilot, get started with Copilot. Maybe I save this in my bookmarks. Let's take a look. I just want to show you the site that Microsoft uses to share all of the scenarios. You have Copilot Lab, that's not it. Copilot for Microsoft, this is for developers. Adoption, yeah. This is the adoption portal. Here, this one. Yeah, this one. So it's the adoption portal, actually. The adoption site specifically for Copilot. And you have actually for many products, as you can see here, you have many onboarding and adoption sites for many of the products. And if you're new to one of these kind of products in Microsoft, you should check this site out. So adoption.microsoft.com, that's where you have to go. Hey, do fn then function then for, it's to see your PC settings. My PC settings, I don't want to share them actually, because this is an old laptop that I'm working on right now. It's a Lenovo IdeaPad Y700. It's a laptop that I have had for, I think, oh my God, before Corona, so it's more, this laptop is more than 5 or 6 years old, but it was a beast back then. Actually, it still is pretty much a beast right now, but the graphics card is outdated, and yeah, my Windows version is definitely outdated as well. So I definitely need to update that, but that's worries for later. I just use this computer to for streaming. That's why I use this for. I have other laptops that I use for work. So yeah. Yeah, I know that you can do function 4, do the things on your PC, whatever, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to focus on building automations and going through some of the tools of Microsoft. And one of the things that I want to show today as well, and that I want to learn more about, because I've been implementing this in our business, and it's very, very cool, and it's actually Copilot for Sales. But before we do that, I want to show you the scenarios that Microsoft is using. Because the scenarios that I talked about was the day, wait, what did I say? A day in the life of, right? That's what I wanted to show you today as well. That's what I'm talking about, because people know that stuff. People know what it means, right? So here you have the scenario library. And this is what Microsoft uses to create scenarios, PowerPoints, where you can just see how a specific person or a specific role or department in your business can use Microsoft Copilot. As you can see, like customer service, finance, all of these things. These are all the scenarios that Microsoft has developed, right? Where I have to check also the chat on all the other platforms. So if you're watching on LinkedIn, welcome on LinkedIn, welcome on YouTube, welcome on Twitch. Are we on Twitch? I think so. Let me check. So we're on Facebook, on my Facebook page, on LinkedIn profile. We are on YouTube and we are on Twitch at the same time, thanks to Restream. That's where we're at. So if you're watching from any of these platforms, say hi in the chat. If you have any questions, put them in chat as well. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. So here are some of, and actually this is good that I can see myself here and I see what I'm sharing. Just wonder if I can move this around. So I'm using the TikTok Live Studio, mobile preview, highlight, record. I can record this as well. I'm not gonna do that. Subscription, monetization. What is this? Oh yeah, okay, I cannot do that neither. Co-host, multi-guest, live goal, treasure box. I have no idea what it all means on TikTok. I'm not using that because this is for me just to share what I'm up to, what I'm doing. This is not just to, and this is just fun. I love to do this. I like it. So what am I going to focus on is this one, using Copilot in sales, because this is important for my business. And if we're thinking about streamlining a customer journey, right? If you're looking at the customer journey, all of these steps, one of the first steps is lead generation and its qualification. So these two steps are very important in a customer journey. It's getting potential new customers to say, yes, we're interested. And it's then actually getting them through your funnel, through your sales process to basically sign up for your services, your program, your products. So that's sales. This first part is definitely more marketing than this. Oh, that's not the point. But this part here, qualification, is more about sales, I would say. So I want to go deeper into that because I'm interested in it, and it will help me, my business, and it will help your business as well if you stick around and you see what we're all up to and what kind of tools that you can use to streamline, to optimize your sales process, your customer journey. Tools that you can use for that is, well, if we're looking at lead generation, most of the time, many cases we're using LinkedIn for sure and Facebook and so on, but there's a tool called Dripify which you can connect with LinkedIn and you can automate the lead generation there. CopyAI, we use that for creating workflows around content creation. So that's what we're using. These two tools very much in play when we're automating and optimizing these kind of processes. And then on the other side, if we're talking about sales, you have the typical CRMs like Pipedrive, Teamleader, Odoo, you have Brevo, we're using that a lot as well. But I want to really talk about Microsoft Dynamics for Sales. because this is a tool that is often overlooked, especially in the smaller businesses. And I do want to focus on that, because for my perspective, if I'm going to install these kind of business processes, sales automation, I want to understand how these tools work. And tools like Brevo and Pipedrive are pretty easy to understand in terms of automation, in terms of feature set. But Dynamics for sales, that's another beast, right? But it's still very interesting to have something like this, because it's integrating with, for a part, this is integrating with, what is it? Copilot. So if we're looking at the customer journey, we're looking at the qualification step, qualifying our leads and making sure that we can get them to make a decision in our favor so they can buy our products. We want to have a tool, we want to have a CRM, we want to have a way to really get all the information from our potential customers, so that if we have a conversation with them, that we can actually talk to them like we already know them for years. I think that's very important. And the only way to do that is to gather a lot of information, is to make sure that our information is up to date, is to like link it to LinkedIn, link it to any emails that we have gotten, if they have downloaded maybe lead magnets, if they've filled out a form, a score app, quiz, whatever, all this information. We need to be able to store that somewhere centrally. And if we then can use AI to help us to understand how we have to talk to these prospects, I think that's a huge benefit for using a tool like Dynamics 365 for sales in combination with Copilot in sales, right? That's what I think. So Emerald, Henry, you've been here now in our stream for a while. What do you think? What are you using in your business? If you have a business, what kind of processes, what kind of tools to automate more your sales process, to do sales automation, to do marketing automation? What are you using? That's really interesting for me to understand. Because if I'm talking to business owners, a lot of them use different stuff, right? A lot of them use different tools. So I'm here to also understand what you are using in your business and how you would like to automate your sales process, your marketing process, to help you not just be more productive or more efficient, but also to help you get more customers, right? That's what it's all about. So if we're looking at this scenario, so using Copilot in sales, it's a day in the life of a sales rep, right? So here, I don't know if you can see this. I'm just gonna move this around. Like this. So what you can see here on TikTok as well. So using Copilot in sales, it's the guidance for sales to get inspired, empower your workforce. So this is showing scenarios where you can use Copilot for. This is just Copilot, right? This is not even Copilot, Copilot for sales. This is just Copilot, because they have. Oh yeah, I showed this, right? Wait a minute. So it's a scenario, Copilot scenario, but they also, so we have Microsoft Copilot for 365. That is the Copilot, the AI assistant that you use in your 365 environment. So that's what, I came to this one, and then we were going to the scenario library for this one. But they also have Microsoft Copilot for sales. I'm not sure if this is now the same. No, this is another page for sure, right? And then you have resources by role, business user, adoption manager, IT professional, specifically for Copilot for sales. Let's just stick to this one, because I think this is an important one. So it's a seller experience application that uses 365 and Teams to automatically capture, access, and register data into any CRM system. By enriching the dataset with customer engagement data from 365 and the power of AI, It empowers sellers with sales intelligence that helps them deeply understand their customer for faster deal closure. This one, faster deal closure. So if we're talking to customers, potential customers, and we're talking about sales automation and improving the customer journey, improving the sales process, one of the biggest benefits is then this, right? Is everybody wants faster deal closure, right? So let's say I can put this here. So if you say these are the benefits of automating this thing, benefits, right? So faster deal closure, very much so. It's also this shortens your sales cycle. So if you think about how long does it take before somebody becomes a customer in your business? So this is like, okay, they are in the stage, they're in the inquiry stage, they're in the qualification stage, then they're in the decision stage. How long does it take? Wait, why is it so? Let's do it like this. So, no, come on. Maro is a little bit annoying. I'm gonna move this. Now I want to move you. Move. Oh my god. Yes. Move this. I don't want you. Oh, that's why. Let's delete this one. Okay. So benefits, faster deal closure for sure. If your current sales process, I just did this. Unbelievable. So your sales cycle of these first 3 steps, if that takes, I don't know, 3 months, 3 weeks, 1 week, the shorter the better. Because also for your revenue, for your health of your business, the growth of your business, I think a shorter sales cycle is better. So if we can shorten the sales cycle with faster deal closures using AI, I think that's a no-brainer, right? To use something like that. That's why you should look at Copilot for Sales. Now you can start with Microsoft Copilot, I think. If you just use Copilot, that's already a huge advantage that will give you this kind of productivity boost. Somebody in the chat in TikTok said hi. Hey, welcome. I have no idea who you are because your username is like Zarzi. So I have no idea who you are, but hi, welcome. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Awesome. Where was I? I lost my chat here. Here we go. So faster deal closure, 100%. Big benefit of using something like Copilot for Sales. Now I lost my chat again. Here we are. So Microsoft Copilot for Sales. It's designed for sellers. But again, a day in the life of what? A business user, an adoption manager, an IT professional. Like if we're looking at scenarios, and let's see if we can find something here. How Copilot? No. Benefits of Copilot for Sales ebook. Well, we already talked about one of them. Let's see what else they come up with in terms of benefits. Hey Ash, welcome. So the benefits of Microsoft Copilot for Sales. Some of the benefits, let's see. The role of a seller is getting harder, yeah, for sure. Here, 10 to 20% increase in sales ROI and 3 to 15% boost in revenue for companies that invest in AI. That's already one. So let's say sales ROI. So let's pick this one. I'll put that in our list of benefits. So we have this one, faster deal closure. We have 3 to 15% boost in revenue. I don't want it like that. Wait. Yes, like this. Okay. So, faster deal closure, 3 to 15% boost in revenue. I don't mind to get more revenue for sure. You probably don't mind as well if you have a business. Transformation. What else do we have? Get to know. La la la. No, we don't. We already know about Microsoft. Don't worry. Transformation. Blah 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 blah. Return on investment. Here we go. Copilot for Sales gives sellers a more productive way to work. So what do you get? Like greater productivity and faster task completion. Sellers indicated reduces amount of admin work. Yeah, I think this is also a big one. When I'm talking to sales reps, when I'm talking to business owners and so on, most of the time, me included, honestly, we do have a CRM system in place. It can be as simple as Trello, to be honest, but we're not using it. We start with something, we start with a CRM, we start inputting the data, our leads and so on, but then we stop. Once they're in there, we stop updating them. And it's because it takes time to update this. This is the admin work. This is the admin work of a sales rep, right? This takes time. So that's what a lot of people stop doing at a certain point, because we have a lot of other shit to do, you know? We have a business to run. We have other things to do than just updating our CRM all the time. So, which then if a tool like Copilot, an AI tool, can help you reduce that amount of admin work, then the effectiveness of your CRM increases. So it's not just about greater productivity, but also increasing the effectiveness of your CRM tool. So let's put that as well into a benefit. So reduces. So how much, like, okay, this is 97% of the sellers. Let's just put this in there. Doesn't have to be a hard number. Why am I always... I need to go here. Okay. So reduces amount of admin work. All right. What else? Helps them stay in the flow of work. This is a little bit the same as the other one. They can complete tasks more easily. Yeah, it's more productive. Then you have faster task completion. So 90 minutes per week saved for the average seller. 90 minutes, an hour and a half. So think about how much a BDR costs. How much in terms of salary. How much in terms, if it's like even if it's on commission, you can pretty much start calculating how much they cost per hour. So if they have 90 minutes more time to get more sales instead of doing admin work, that can save you a lot of money, or can at least also get you more customers in the end. Decreases in number of clicks to identify and add new CRM contacts. Also, I mean, if AI can help you to add your contacts for yourself without lifting a finger, let's say, good stuff. So I think actually I want to take this one, the 90 minutes per week saved for the average seller. So let's put that in here. 90 minutes saved for the average seller. Average seller. Multiply that with how many, I don't know how many team members you have in your sales department, but then you can already start seeing like how much time this can save people, right? So that's also a big benefit. Yeah, building, and this is what I mentioned before as well. Copilot for Sales helps sellers build deeper customer relationships, because you can gather more information in a shorter time. You can update that information also continuously. You spend more time with customers, right? More time with customers, deeper relationships, easier shorten the sales cycle, easier ways to convince almost, or to, no, it's not convincing. It's helping them making a right decision, right? So helping them do that is important as well. So if you have more time to spend with your customers, with your potential customers, I think that's huge. So a lot of benefits. I'm actually going to save this ebook because I think it's important. So let's put that in our vault as well. Do I have it here? OneDrive. Where's my OneDrive? Okay, I'll need to store it on my other computer then. Titanify videos. So I have it here on Google. Gonna put it in my sales drive here so I don't lose this. And I don't forget about it. Good. So yeah, those are already good benefits to have. Awesome. So if you have any questions about this while you're watching this, don't hesitate to reach out to me on the chat. I'm happy to answer any questions while I'm going through all of this. So that's one thing, that's the benefits. Now I'm looking for the scenarios here. So productivity gains, responsible AI, principles of responsible AI, these are other experiences. I'm checking. So we have an overview of business user. So training guides. Using Copilot for sales in Teams and Outlook. Let's take a look at that for sure. This is more the adoption guide. User onboarding, change management. This is from a company, so I'm not sure if that's user productivity impact survey template. What else do we have here? Technical documentation. No. Maybe the adoption manager. Maybe here, Copilot for sales adoption. User onboarding kit. I'm thinking about getting to the scenarios. Change management, Copilot for sales, user tips. Okay, let's take a real world example maybe. But I think this is going to be more marketing stuff anyway. Not sure how valuable this will be. Hey, Tuny. Yeah, this is just a blog post. I'm not interested in that. What I want is just give me a PowerPoint or something. Adoption guide. This will just tell us how to adopt. Let's go here. Training guides. Let's do one of these ones then. Yeah, let's do one of these. First, I do want to show you a scenario. Because this, I started this stream with saying that I'm going to show you a scenario, so I should do that. A day in the life of, and I want to go to sales. Now this is not specifically about Copilot for sales. This is Copilot in sales. There's a nuance there for sure. Scenarios Copilot can assist with. So close rate, customer retention, deal size, sales opportunities pursued. Here, account manager. Ah yeah, here. Day in the life of a sales manager. That's what I want. Day in the life of a sales manager. So what is that about? So we have here this kind of an overview of all the steps, right? Let's enable this. So we have all the steps. So it starts at 8 a.m. And you can see here what is a typical, well, typical, I don't know if it's typical, but it's definitely a scenario that you can think about. As a sales manager at Contoso, and Contoso is like the fake company that Microsoft always creates around these kind of demos. And here you can also again see the benefits that they produce. So they less than, I think this one, I'm not sure what they mean with this, but I guess it's more about saving time. Arizona, customer FaceTime, content creation. So Copilot for 365, so this one, right? So it's the Copilot that they're using in 365. It's not the Copilot for sales, to be clear. So a day in the life of, if you look at this scenario and if you can identify yourself with this, it's good to take a look at that. Huh? So for instance, starting at 8 a.m., they miss a key point during regional sales meeting. So she asked Copilot what was just mentioned in Teams. So they use Teams for that, and they can summarize what was just. So here, this is the prompt that they're using in Teams. So then you go to your Teams. So you can actually go here if you want. They do it in Teams. So this is from a meeting, right? So if I would have missed a meeting, let's go to Teams. So I can show you. Then you'll see what I mean, or what they mean with this. So this is Copilot in Teams. If you have a Copilot license, you can use it in Teams. Let's see. Come on, computer. Come on, internet. Waiting. It's taking too long. I don't like it. Anyway, if you do this, so we'll come back to that later. But if you do that in Teams, you can get that kind of a summary. So this is just to give you an idea what is just already possible with Copilot in 365. So that's cool. But what I discovered, I mean, I've been setting up Dynamics for sales, Dynamics 365 for sales. I don't know why this is taking so long. And here, this one. So this is Dynamics 365 for sales. And you can see Copilot is here as well to help me out. So I was looking at this, and this is also part of a day in the life of a sales manager or a sales rep. I don't have open leads, but I have a specific lead I was testing the other time. Last week we actually ended with this because we wanted to get Dynamics 365 for sales to work. Okay, here we go. So let's just say that you missed this kind of a meeting, right? And you want to know what happened. So what you can actually do, if you have Copilot, if you have recorded the meeting, if you have accepted the transcription to be done, you can ask questions like, okay, what did we mention again about in which stage? And I'll show you here so you can see on TikTok as well. So we mentioned here during the meeting, we mentioned something about changing the stage in Pipedrive, the CRM tool that we're using for this customer, for a specific type of lead, right? So what do we want to do with that? And we asked Copilot to extract this information from the meeting. Just think about the time save for doing this. If you have to go back through your notes or through the full recording to figure out what did we say about this, it will take you a lot of time, and this just took me a couple of seconds. So that is also what is meant here in the scenario about summarizing what you just said about possible discounting options, whatever, in a meeting that they have missed. Using Copilot for that, I find it very cool, and I think it's super useful. And honestly, I couldn't live without Copilot anymore. If you can do stuff like this, why would you not use Copilot? And this stuff, you cannot do this with ChatGPT. Otherwise, you would have to download the transcription, you have to put it into ChatGPT without any restrictions, and then hoping that they can come up with an answer like this. But I don't have to do anything. I just have to do the meeting, record a meeting, I get the summarization, I can ask Copilot questions about the meeting, and this is what I get. And not only that, if we go further, if we then look at specific sales, the sales topic, right? Because this is general Copilot for 365. Anybody that has a license, if you are a sales manager or not, doesn't matter, you can use that, right? But what about sales? And this really surprised me, how deep the value is, how deep the feature set is of Copilot for sales. And I think, I'm not even sure if this is just Copilot, but this is Dynamics 365 for sales connected to your tools like Teams. And if it wants to load, I can show you what I mean with it. But this is super cool. You'll see. Where was I? Oh yeah, here. So here you have this first piece. Then what else is happening? The meeting is over. They need to send meeting notes to our team. I mean, you just ask Copilot what are the action items for this meeting. The Copilot comes up with a recap of the meeting, and you can just send it out, share it with your team. Super useful. That's the recap. That's actually this one that you have for every meeting where you activate Copilot, where you, well, not even that. I mean, if you can have this. So if you have Copilot, and this is a little bit of the licensing with ActiveCampaign and so on. With ActiveCampaign. Oh my God. This is licensing with Microsoft. If you don't have a license of Copilot, you can still have this, but then you need Teams Premium. Yeah, they created a Teams Premium license for this because I think it's also European regulations, because they cannot sell Teams anymore together with 365 license. I'm not sure, but it's something like that, because they don't, in Europe, they do not sell 365 or a business standard or whatever where Teams is included. They don't do that anymore. You have to actually buy another license for Teams separately. It's super complicated. Anyway, so this kind of recap, this is something that is automatically generated from each meeting. I can just copy this and just do whatever with it, or I can still also ask Copilot extra question like I just showed you, right? This kind of stuff. So super useful, very good. And where is the sales now? Because this is actually a little bit the same as the recap that you just saw, but yeah, the insights. I just did. So this is the insight on recorders. I don't know why they are gone now, but I think here, so you see Sales Copilot here. So if you activate Sales Copilot, so that's Copilot for Sales, there is an extra license that you have to have on top of Copilot for 365, on top of Dynamics 365 for Sales. So then you can do this, and this actually goes back to the same tab. So I don't know why it's not loading right now. I think it's the internet, but okay. Yeah, this. I mean, just look at this. I had a conversation, a podcast episode, interview a couple of months ago with a company that was doing detection of language, emotion detection, sentiment detection within a meeting. also to see if you are a good listener, if you're talking too much, if you don't listen enough. That was the tool that they were creating, right? Imagine a couple of months ago. This is that tool. This is what Microsoft has created. I don't know if this was. I mean, it surprised me that they had this. To be honest, it's surprised that they have this on top of Copilot already. This is something completely different. This is for sales. This shows you, like here, it shows you all the points of the sentiment points, like are they talking positively, are they talking negatively. You can just see that here, and you can just go to that point and you can see what they were talking about. You can see that also, like, the transcription is not 100% accurate, but it detects some kind of tonation in the voice that it can detect the emotion, like the sentiment. I think that's already cool, because if you have like a conversation with a potential customer, and your sales rep or yourself, you're not that good at extracting how somebody feels, this can help you out, like seeing like, okay, but this person was very negative, or neutral or positive. This can help you out to see what did they say, like how did they say it. Here you have the highlights. This is a little bit the same as the recap before, but more detailed, even more with timestamps, like here. But this also the tagging. So if you have used tools like Fireflies before, this is the same. So in Fireflies, you can actually click on tags to see, like, okay, when did they talk about this? When did they talk about LinkedIn? When did they talk about this name or that name, or timings or deals or repeat client or questions? This is what you already had in Firefly. So I love it that they have it here, right? That and I mean, this is cool as well. Like, look at this. That's what I told you. Like, am I a good listener or not? You get your talk to listener ratio. So I guess this is pretty okay. I'm not sure yet. I would need to look at other meetings as well, how I do. So this means that I guess I'm have 46 points where I'm like talking, and 54 points where I'm listening. I'm not sure what this means. 270 switches per conversation. Here, the amount of times that the conversation switches between the seller and the customer. You see, the seller being me and the customer being them. And this is, so the talk to listener ratio, the average amount of time that the seller talks, compared to the amount of the time that the seller listens. And average pauses, the average amount of time that the seller pauses before speaking. I guess if you have a lot of pauses, that's not that good, because you want to be confident. You see here as well, the Copilot discovered a 30-second longest monologue. And then you had the Fireflies from the customer. And if you look at this, what do you feel about this? Like, what do you think about this? Hey Mats, just curious, what is this about? This is about showing you what is possible to automate your sales process, to optimize your sales process, to streamline your business processes using tools like Copilot, like Microsoft 365, Teams, all of this, which you can use within your 365 environment. So it's all about streamlining business processes. That's what it's all about. But more specifically, what I'm showing right now is the AI capabilities of tools, Copilot in 365 within Microsoft, what it's capable to do to help you as a business owner, as a sales representative, to do more productive, more efficient work. So in the end, as we've shown before, like, what are the benefits of this is like faster deal closure, a boost in revenue, reduces amount of admin work, and so on and so on and so on. So that's what this is about. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that's what we're talking about here. While suddenly the sun is out and I'm very much getting a tan, I guess. I hope. So Mats, I don't know if that makes sense for you, if that is something that is in your wheelhouse of not or not. But anyway, this is for business owners. This is for business owners. This is for anybody that wants to grow their business. If you're watching this, this is for you. So if you have any questions about this, if you have anything to share with me, put it in chat. I'm always happy and curious about looking at who is in my audience. What do you expect from this? What can I show you that is interesting for your own business as well? So yeah, awesome stuff, right? Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. You can search the transcript. You can see what is said. Like if I go back to the time, back in the time where I didn't have this and where I was doing a lot of sales calls for my business, which I still do, I just wonder also, like back in the day when I was really into sales, more into learning sales and just watching movies like The Wolf of Wall Street and learning about sales processes and so on, most of the time what you had to do was you had to go through, you had to record your sales call, you had to re-listen your sales call, and you had to figure out like, okay, what did you say, how did you say it, what was the body language, and then also taking notes like, okay, was I a good listener or not, what did we talk about, and then if you want to do a follow-up with your potential customer, you need to know, well, what did we talk about, what were the topics that we were mentioning, what did he say again about this or that topic, about maybe about a product, one of our products or services. Did the customer or potential customer talk about that or not, right? So you had to take notes, you had to go back through the recording. It was taking up so much time. I can remember that time for sure, and I didn't like it. I didn't like to go back through my recordings to learn from myself. Well, this is actually something you should do if you want to learn how to be better at sales, right? So, but I didn't do that because time consuming. But if you then look at this, if I would have had this back then, I generally believe that those sales calls or the follow-ups and the sales process would have been better. I would have been more equipped to do a follow-up call and really hone in into the topics that I needed to talk about. I'm 100% sure of that. Hey Mats, oh interesting. I think it's very good for like an agency or closing a deal, just like you said. Yeah, 100%. 100%. This saves so much time if you can just go through all of this, right? Now, this is just a recap, right? This is just what you get. Now, as I showed before, you also have a normal recap where you can use Copilot to ask questions. To ask questions what has happened in the meeting before. You can extract more information. You have prompts like, okay, suggest follow-up questions, for example. So if I click on this, then Copilot will generate a response based on the transcription, right? What question can I ask? Okay, these kind of questions, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So this is hugely valuable, and this stays in your environment as well. You have it here in the chat list. And if you have customers if you have customers where you have regular meetings and so on, it's all stored in here, right? And I think I can show it maybe in another one, project meetings. So yeah, I have project meetings, I have client meetings, I have other meetings that are going on. So this is super, super cool to use, and it saves so much time, 100%. 100%. And for an agency, this is useful. For any business, to be honest, this is hugely useful, right? Because if we look at the benefits, but also if you look at the scenario, if you are in sales, if you are somebody that wants to grow a business, you have to think about how to do it more efficiently, right? Because if I look at my own business right now, and seeing like, okay, this is a scenario from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. Honestly, I don't get to do any of this shit if because I have to deliver, I have team meetings, I have client meetings, so there's a lot of stuff going on. So honestly, for me, right now in my situation of my business, it's not easy to also spend a lot of time in sales development, in business development. So a tool like this helps a lot with that, right? Not just, and specifically if I have meetings lined up with potential people that could be interesting for a business, I just record everything. So and then for me it makes it super easy to go back through these calls and then check what have they said, right? So I hope that makes sense, Mats. Thank you for your comment and for being here, for sticking around. Feel free to ask any questions. What kind of agency or what kind of business are you running? I'm always curious to hear that as well. And it's funny actually because it has been raining the whole day here in Belgium, and now of course when I'm doing a stream, full sun in my face, and I don't want to close the curtains, to be honest, because we don't get that much sun, so I'd rather just be like this. All right, now the next step is then that we actually go take a look at what are the capabilities of not just Copilot for Sales or Copilot, but also Dynamics 365. And I want to get better into that because I've been using a lot of other CRMs. I've been even using ClickUp at a certain point to do my sales follow-up and so on. I've been using Pipedrive. I've been using Bravo. Now I really want to continue to use Dynamics 365, this one. Now, a caveat to that is that it's definitely more complex than all the other CRM tools that I've used before, but it also has a lot more capabilities. And here you can already see again, like Copilot getting some work here. So you can see here what Copilot comes up with. Lead summary for Daniel related to test topic and rated as warm, was sent via email. Preferred method of contact for leaders, any, these kind of things. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just starting out with this, right? And Daniel is just a friend of mine, friend entrepreneur, business partner as well. He's not really a lead, but I was testing this tool out with his contact, so I added him into the system to qualify as a lead, so I can see what I can do with this, right? So I can also see, okay, did I send? Can I see the emails? And I can, right? I can. So this is, I think, subject. Here's the lead summary. So this is the lead summary that has been sent to me. I still need to figure out a lot of this stuff, right? Mats, I know I live in Belgium too. The weather is just changing constantly. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy and it's cold. It's goddamn, it's 11th of June and it's cold outside. I hate it. Where is the summer? Where is the summer? Where are you from, Mats? Where in Belgium do you live? I'm from Ghent. I'm from Ghent. I live in Ghent. I work in Ghent, so that's where I'm from. What do I do here now? So basically, what is my goal here? So the goal is that anybody that has an inquiry for my business, I put in here from now on, right? Any accounts, any contacts, any leads, opportunities, whatever. You can even put competitors in here. So maybe I should do that as well. Maybe I should look for a competitor. Because I'm not sure what it does. I'm not sure how valuable this is. You live in Antwerp. Yeah. 8 to 13 degrees in Antwerp. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, come on. Oh. But soon I'm going on a holiday to a warmer country, so I'm looking forward to that. Activities, God, you know what? Since they have a lot of information about this, let's go back and let's teach ourselves how to do this. Where was I? here, right? This is day in life. Oh, that's what I showed you. So Mats, are you a business owner? Are you working inside an agency? What's the deal here, man? Share it with everybody here. I want to use Copilot for Sales in Outlook. Download training guides for Dynamics. Maybe, yeah, I want to show stuff. I'm not just want to show theory or just text. I want to show stuff. And this is about Copilot for Sales, okay, but that's fine. So I already have the app. I did that already. So access Copilot for Sales in Outlook. I can communicate with a lot of potential customers by email. Copilot for Sales helps you prepare for your engagements. All right. Gathers information from your CRM system if you already have it. So this is the desktop. This is, this is on my other computer. Let's see on the browser here on the web. So while drafting an email on the ribbon, so let's do that. So let's go to email. And let's draft an email. Let's pop this out. Like this. Okay, we have this one. So what does it say? On the ribbon, select apps, Copilot for Sales, and the pop-up select Copilot for Sales to add an CRM identity as rich adaptive card to the email. Select search Copilot for Sales and then find and select. Oh my God. So wait. So here, I guess it's this one. No, this is Viva. What is this? Yeah, here we go. Copilot for Sales. You can see this, right? Yeah. Mats, I just want to start an agency that forwards services like a man in the middle or copywriting. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I mean, there's a lot of people doing that, so there is definitely a market for that. I'm just wondering, like, okay, if you just wanna be the man in the middle, are you looking to build an agency where you build your own team, or you just wanna be actually finding the deals, let's say, and then you close the deals and then you select whoever kind of other business that can actually deliver. So where you would be the only one that is doing the sales, right? You are finding the jobs for other people. Is that correct? Something like that? Because I think it's a good idea. I mean, if you're good at sales, I think it's a good idea to do that. Or maybe, I don't know what you're doing right now, but maybe you can already... Mats, this is really helpful because like guys like Iman Gadzi, they say it in big lines but not in fine lines like this. What do you mean? How to use it? Or not sure what you mean. What do they say in big lines? How to do it? I mean, if I think about what I'm building right now with my company, so my company is called Titanify. So Titanify, this is my business, so take a look there. In many cases, if you think about it, in many cases, if you're building a real business here, then this is what everybody does, right? If you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, you're building something. Okay, maybe you start out and you have already your skill set where you can already do some of the services, but there was a time that I had a marketing agency for myself and where we indeed were just selling the services like copywriting, email marketing, and we were just hiring people from Upwork, from Fiverr to do the job, which is legit. I mean, why not, right? If you're good at sales and you're good at project management, those are two very important skills that people that do the delivery don't have. So this helps, like, you use tools, etc., and do it efficiently. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Like you need these kind of tools. If you want to run an efficient business, you need these kind of tools. That's why I'm really investing a lot of time in this. I'm doing these streams. Like, to be fair, these streams are also marketing for me. This is being very efficient for me because I do marketing at the same time as I'm learning new tools for my own business, but which I can also sell as a service to other companies. So it's a win-win-win situation right there. But there's many tools that you can use here, Mats, in that kind of type of agency as well. Like I showed you, I don't know if you were here, but I showed you like tools that we are using as well for all of these kind of things, like Copy AI. Wait, where was I here? So for instance, Copy AI, Dripify. These are tools that we are using constantly to build a business that doesn't require a big team to do all of this. Dripify helps with leads generation. Copy AI helps with content creation. If you use Pipedrive, what I'm doing right now, the CRM tool, helps with qualifying and closing the deals. And you have Power Automate or Teams or Copilot to help you with the delivery. Zapier, automations, Outlook for sure. But other tools that, I mean, all of these tools, right, are important. That is the kind of thing we want to do, like connecting people. Yeah, it's what many people do, honestly. Because like if you think about a marketing agency, there is no way that you can have somebody building a marketing agency and they can do it all. They for sure have maybe a specific expertise. Maybe it's building landing pages, but they don't know it all. But for a company, if you're looking at a marketing agency, you would almost expect everything, unless you market or you position yourself as an email marketing agency, for instance. That's something else. But if you're talking about an agency, a marketing agency, you need to have people in your agency or subcontractors or freelancers that can deliver the services that you're selling, right? That is effectively what you're talking about, what many businesses do. Look, I did freelancing for a long time, and I thought I was building a business. That's not a business. Just being a freelancer is not a business. Being a freelancer is this part, is the delivery. You only do this, right? You don't go looking for other customers because you get the customers, right? I would get customers from people like you, Mats, right? Or from consultancy agencies and so on, and I just do the delivery. But that's not building a business, right? If you do this first part, so lead generation and the sales, all of that, up until this point, if you do this, you can imagine how valuable that is for people that just do this, right? If you talk to freelancers, in many cases, Mats, and everybody here, they don't want to do sales. They don't want to do this. They don't. They hate it. They hate sales. They hate marketing. That's why we need people like you, Mats, like what I do. Now, in this stage of my life, of my career, I love to do sales. I love to do marketing. I love to talk about what we do, you know. But that hasn't been always been the case. I used to be, for a decade, I just wanted, not this one, sorry. I just wanted to do this, the delivery, right? I just wanted to do that. That's it. And that's valid for people to do that, but that's not building a business, right? We need people like you. We need people that just want to build a business and not care. I mean, they care about the delivery, but they don't want to do the delivery. Maybe you don't have the expertise to do it, right? And that's fine. Thanks, Tur, for the rose. Thank you so much on TikTok for the rose. Appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. So, Mats, I hope that made sense, that kind of rant right there. So let me know if I can help with anything else. Happy to do so. Okay, going back to this one. So Copilot for sales. And I was in Outlook, right? I was going through this. What can we do? So we can save the email to Dynamics. We can draft the mail, and we can add contacts to get info. Here. So with Copilot for Sales, if we add like Daniel, right? Daniel is somebody that I store into my CRM. Then I will get that information. God damn it, how cool is that? Where can you get that? Where do you get that? Where can you get that kind of integration from within Outlook to your CRM? You just give in like, you just enter the email and it comes up with all the information that you have. I don't know why I'm so amazed and so excited about this, because it seems obvious that you would have this, right? People talk about SAP, Salesforce, a lot of these SaaS tools. People use PyDrive, people use Brevo, people use Odoo, Teamleader, all of that shit. And everybody's struggling with the same thing. Everybody is struggling to do all the communication from that one tool. Do the communication from within your CRM tool. All of the communication. I'm not just talking about communication to your customers, for example, or potential customers, but all the information, all the communication. You have your Outlook, but you're not using it to the full effect because you can't connect it to the CRM, and vice versa. You cannot do all of the communication through your CRM tool because some of the communication is not relevant to the CRM. It's not. But it's almost always that kind of limbo between those two. And people are struggling with that, and with customers that I'm working with, they struggle with that as well, and we are helping to alleviate that kind of burden, let's say. But I'm getting more and more excited about this way of working, and probably and anybody that is watching now that is a customer of ours, I mean, it's becoming more and more obvious that this is also a legit choice. Now, I would say that this is probably a legit choice if you have a bigger team. We don't have a big team yet. I'm still like on the fence if this is really going to be beneficial for me in the short term, but in the long run, for sure, 100%. Also because this is something that we want to position ourselves into as well, like experts in all of this. But other than that, this is a legit choice for a CRM if you can see what it does, right? So what else can you do? You use Copilot to recap recent sales meetings and draft emails using generative AI. You can use that. Send this email during your work hours. This is just normal stuff, nothing fancy. But this stuff, of course, like, okay, draft an email based on the contact. You see the contact here, the opportunities. I should actually rename this. Let's see if I can do that. Teams, set up a deal room. I have no idea what that means. Save and connect email. This is new. You can see that there's also still working on all of this, right? Am I still live? Yeah. Everywhere? I think so. So if you're watching this on any of the platforms, if you are also excited about what you're seeing here, just put it in comments, put it in chat. I'm very curious about what you think about this. It seems there are some problems with your life quality. Really? What is the problem? Is it shaky? Not sure. Don't matter, I don't care. Hey Mats, Is Copilot integrated in all of the 365 apps? Yes, 100%. If you're using Copilot for 365, if you have a license, right, like this is Copilot for Microsoft 365. Then this is integrated in all of the apps, everything. So you tell me, what tool do you think would you want this to be integrated with? Tell me a tool. Tell me a 365 app which you want to see how it's integrated with Copilot. Word, Excel, PowerPoint. It's integrated in Loop. It's integrated in Forms. I'm not sure in Sway. It's integrated in Planner or Project. Any of the tools. You have it everywhere. And it's coming to SharePoint as well. You have it in OneNote. Look, all of these tools, and I'm not sure, yeah, I'll have to do this. So all of these tools that you can see here, they integrate with Copilot, or Copilot integrates with these apps. All of them. All of them. Which means that, for instance, if you go to Word, I'll just show you. Let's create a new file. So within a Word document, you can generate a Word document from, I think, yeah, from a prompt, but also from another resource. So here within Word, for example, if you want to come up with I don't know, a proposal or something, so you have Copilot here. Have to sign in, sure, sign in, please. Here you have Copilot, you can see here, right? And then you can ask Copilot to do something, and you can reference content. So you can actually reference sales meetings. Awesome, let's do that. Sales meetings. Oh, we don't have anything. So I need to figure out how to do that, but that already looks very cool as well to do that. But let's reference just a PowerPoint, right? This is a PowerPoint presentation that I made. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to select the PowerPoint, right? I'm going to click generate. I have no idea what it's going to do. This is what it does. Do you see this? So it generates a document, an overview, bullet point overview, based on a PowerPoint presentation. It looks, I mean, this looks cool, right? Of course, and then you can think about, okay, but what is the practical application of this? Well, you tell me. You tell me what you want to do, and you probably will be able to use Copilot to help you create something like this faster. I mean, this takes literally seconds. So if I wanted to create for whoever, for a customer, for, I don't know. Look, I'll tell you this here. Generate. So generate, you can see this here, generate a proposal, generate a draft proposal for potential customers from this. Okay, do this. Let's see. I'm not sure actually what it will do. Watch a demo. Da da da. If it comes up with, no, it doesn't. Okay, it's not ideal, but you know what I'm getting at, right? So if you, Mats, you say if you made a whole essay on a subject, you can just say like make a PowerPoint. Yes, 100%. I can do the reverse, 100%. Let's do that. So let's go to PowerPoint. And that's so cool that you can do that, right? Let's go to PowerPoint. Let's create a blank presentation, right? With the info of the doc. Yeah. So let's do the reverse. Okay, I just created a Word document from a PowerPoint, but let's just name it. So demo Copilot data governance. There we go. So that's that. Gonna save that. I think it's gonna save it in my OneDrive. That doesn't matter. So I saved it now. I'm gonna keep this, right? I'm gonna keep this generated information. And now I'm just gonna do the reverse. I'm gonna go into PowerPoint. I'm gonna go to Copilot. I have to minimize it a little bit so you can see. So I'm gonna go to Copilot here, yeah. And now I can say create a presentation from file. And then it's not in here yet, so it didn't pick it up yet. Let's see, can I go back to suggestions? No, what I can say is here, I can say create presentation from file. I just don't want to take one of these. Oh, here we go. Here, look. Demo Copilot data governance. So you open up Copilot in PowerPoint, right? Just to clip this. Okay. So I can, from this document right here that I just generated, I can create a PowerPoint presentation from this. So I go to PowerPoint, I go into Copilot, and I say create presentation from file, and then you can see here the Word document we just created. I select this and I say run, and it will create a presentation for me in literally seconds. How cool is that? So it creates an outline, and it's going to create the slides. And by no means this is 100% perfect, right? But just imagine, this is, there we go. It just created the full presentation based on the document with even with images like this, without me lifting a finger. So it literally took seconds to create this. Yeah. What do you think about that? I think it's cool as fuck. I mean, come on. Where can you do this? Tell me. Can you do this with Google? I'm not sure if Gemini allows this or it can already do that. But this is already here. And this is integrated in all of your apps. And a couple of weeks ago, we did a presentation about Copilot in the offices of Microsoft Belgium. Was the Copilot, the demo cup for Copilot, or the Copilot demo cup, where all the companies in Belgium were able to craft a demo how we would use Copilot in a day in the life of. And we chose Xylos, the partner that I'm working for. Xylos, our team chose a day in life of project manager. And this was part of the presentation where we showed like, okay, you can just create a presentation from a file. Now, mind you, this was a demo cup. This was a demo that we had to do in front of the leadership of Microsoft Belgium. So you would imagine that they already know about this, but not everybody is up to speed about what Copilot can do. And it always evolves, like always new things are coming out and so on. So, I mean, yeah. That's really helpful, because before I always needed to search like PowerPoint Maker and always needed to pay. Is that what you say? Yeah. Of course, I mean, to be fair, Copilot is not for free. Copilot is kind of a decent investment. but you have different versions of Copilot. I think you even have a free version of Copilot. Not sure if you can do this because this is specifically Copilot for 365. Copilot for 365 is about 30 euros or $30 per month, and you have to pay upfront. So you have to pay like, I don't know, 360 per year upfront to get a license for this. Well, yeah, you know, some of these tools, some of the AI tools, they don't work properly half of the time because, yeah, especially if you're working with tools like PowerPoint and so on. How could they, right? It's not, they cannot tie into PowerPoint that powerful. Nobody can do this as good as Microsoft because they are using their own tools. So it makes sense that this is super powerful within Microsoft. That's why I keep telling people, and I will keep repeating myself, Microsoft is winning the AI race. I don't care that Apple now came out with Apple Intelligence based on GPT and OpenAI. Well, newsflash, Microsoft already had a collaboration with OpenAI, and what you see here, Copilot, is also based on GPT. So maybe even OpenAI is the winner here from this perspective, because if Apple and Microsoft are using the same models as OpenAI, I guess they win as well. But Microsoft has been building this for the last half year, more, even longer. I think 8 to 10 months that they have been building this or more. Apple, I have no idea. Neither will come out with iOS 18 or whatnot, and Apple Intelligence. I don't know. Maybe they can catch up, but Microsoft has a head start, 100%. 100%. Okay, so going back to Copilot for Sales. So I'm gonna create an email directed to Daniel, and I want to ask Copilot to draft an email. Checking for meetings and to summarize a sales meeting. I've had a conversation with Daniel in last 2 weeks. I'm not sure if it's gonna find this one. Let's see. Yeah. June 6th. Did we have yes, we did. I think, wait, let me check quickly. When was that? So Mats, I don't know, what do you think about this? Is this useful? Would you want to be using this within your own company, right? Hey Mats, how you switched to YouTube so I can follow you from here? Yeah, for sure. Thanks. I can see the chat there as well, for sure. Thanks for sticking around. So what do you think about all of this, Mats? Cool stuff, right? And this is just the tip of the iceberg, to be honest. I mean, I'm just playing around with this, and you can already see what I can produce. So if you really use this in a business context, or even just in any context, this is useful, right? But not a lot of people know about this. Not enough people know about this. That's why Microsoft is also doing an effort to do more marketing. And Microsoft, if you're seeing this, I mean, I want to make more of this content, so stick around as well. Keep producing these kind of cool features, and I will do more streams about this. So I had a call with Daniel last Thursday. Last Thursday was, which date? Was the 6th, right? So very good. That is correct. Dear Copilot, you are correct. So I asked, so again, scenario. Wait, so can I, because there's a lot of clutter here. Just gonna do like this. For context, anybody that is watching now, anybody is watching the recording, I opened a new email. I want to send an email to Daniel, who is in my CRM, in my Dynamics 365 for sales. he is in there. He is in there as an entity. Can I show this? Of course, it's here. So he is in there as a contact, right? Daniel is in here. And I also added him as a lead. Now this is Daniel. If you see this, I'm sorry I'm using you, but Daniel is not really a lead. It's just to have some test data that is actually real. So I have him in my CRM, in my Sales Hub here, and I want to send him an email. And using Copilot for Sales, I'm able to say, hey, dear Copilot, draft me an email based on the latest meeting. And then this is what it creates. I hope this email finds you well. I wanted to follow up on our call that took place on June 6th. Here is the topic. Here is the summary, blah, blah, blah. If there's anything you would like to discuss or if you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, what the hell? Yeah. Yeah. Why not, you know? This is cool stuff. And for context as well, I didn't even enter any kind of information in my CRM yet about Daniel, besides his email address, besides the meetings that we have had. That's it, right? Yeah. Mats, yeah, it is. Before I saw your live, I didn't know that Copilot could do this. I thought it was like GPT, but you can use photos. Copilot is I mean, GPT is useful, not in a business context for me. Practical scenarios like this, like I just showed you, you cannot do that with GPT. You cannot do that. And the fact that Copilot is integrated with all of your tools, Excel, Word, like I just showed you, like here, this stuff. Can you do that with GPT, right? You open an email, you give in a contact, and you ask, draft me a mail. You cannot do that with Copilot or with GPT unless you would enter a lot of information into GPT, which is a security risk, which is a breach of any privacy rules that are out there, GDPR and whatnot. You can't do that. It's not possible. I can do this without breaking any rules in 365 because it's only using my data, business data, company data, and it's not getting out there. This is not connecting with GPT. This is not connecting with ChatGPT or whatever. It is not connecting with OpenAI because the models that Microsoft uses are inside. They are inside 365. I'll show you a picture for anybody that is doubting about this. Where did I put this? I'll show you how that looks like here. I made a stream about this as well. This is the architecture of Microsoft 365 for Copilot for 365. So what you see here, the dotted lines represent the boundaries of your tenant. So 365, everybody that has 365 has a tenant. So my tenant, everybody can notice, I don't care, is Titanify, right? That is my tenant. Okay, so all your data lives within your tenant. The Copilot, the AI tool, lives within that tenant, and it accesses any apps that are part of 365, but you can see all of the data that it uses is coming from within the tenant. All the models are already in your tenant. It does not go out there, right? That's the basic infrastructure, the basic architecture of Copilot for 365. So, is it better than ChatGPT? Yes, of course, because it takes into account all the regulations, security rules, policies, information protection, data loss prevention. All of this is valid because you keep it in your tenant. And if you've heard some other people talking about how, I think it was Samsung, was it Samsung? I saw a video the other day about the fact that Samsung banned AI in their company the moment that they saw that people were putting their IP data, their proprietary data into ChatGPT to come up with whatever, with reports and whatever. Like what I showed you in Word, they were doing that. Employees were doing that with company data, classified company data, putting that into ChatGPT. Of course, you can imagine that that's not what you should be doing. And they banned AI at that point. And there's a lot of companies that don't want to use ChatGPT for that reason. Because if you put information into ChatGPT and they use that to train it, right? If you're smart and if you're good at prompting, you could extract information that it has been trained on from another company. You cannot. That's not possible with 365. And before anybody says it is possible, yes, it is possible if you open up the gates. Right? With ChatGPT, the gates are always open. So, Anyway, there's other streams and other videos that I made about that. Take a look at our YouTube channel for sure about this. But yeah, this is important stuff to understand for people, right? You need to know about this. You need to know how this works. So yeah. So I want to conclude actually this stream because we're almost at the end of the 2 hours. I want to conclude this stream with looking at what else we can do with Copilot for Sales here. This is just, again, tip of the iceberg, but I think we can create new content. I don't want to do that. We have the opportunities. I want to see what this actually does. This one, this is new. Save and connect email. What does it do? Okay, so once you send, it's connected with Dynamics 365. Okay, so this will track the email. That's what it will do. Okay, use Copilot. That's what I'm doing, so I don't need this. And even, okay, you have your draft that you had here. Let's see if, so I had the draft, right? Did I lose it? Oh, yeah, I did. I can hear add to mail. That's what I was looking for. I have the button here, add to mail. There we go. Boom. Don't need this for sure. That's it. And then I can send this, right? I can send this to Daniel. It's getting saved in Dynamics 365. It's getting tracked. If it's open, if it's viewed and whatnot. That's cool stuff, to be honest. Schedule send is there as well. So that was one piece. I'm going to keep it to that. Look, this has been a great stream already. I think it's obvious for everybody that is watching this live or in the recording how much of a benefit it is to use Copilot, to use Dynamics 365 for sales, for streamlining your sales process, for getting benefits like we talked about here. If you want to get these benefits, and even just looking at this one, right? Looking at boosting your revenue. If you see what I showed you, all of this, then you can understand this is possible, right? This is possible. So I want to leave you with that. I want to thank everybody for being here, for watching. Mats, thank you so much for sticking around, for asking the questions, for sharing your experiences and sharing your thoughts and your feedback. Hope to see you again in another stream. We are here almost every Tuesday around 5 to 6 p.m. Belgium time. And probably in the future we will be able to do more streams, but for now once a week is more than enough for me, because I don't really have that much time to do this, spending 2 hours with you, but I love to do this. So thank you again for being here. Thank you everybody on every other platform that is who is watching, where this is streaming. If you have any questions for me, if you have any thoughts about this, if you want to know more about streamlining business processes, improving your customer journey, getting an automated sales process, marketing automation, whatever, we're here for you. That's what we do day in, day out with our team. So yeah, reach out to us, titanify.be. That's where you can find us. Maybe I can show my site one more time. Let's see if I can get it up here. So titanify.be, go to the English version if you're talking English for sure. If you're Dutch, enjoy as well. But this is us. This is Titanify. Thanks again. Have a nice evening and see you another time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.